General Lecointre, who was the former chief of staff of the French army, had a lot to say during his interview. He claims, not actually claim, he feels strongly about Europeans returning to Africa. And he actually said, quote, they have an obligation to return to Africa, end quote. APA reports General Lecointre, formerly the chief of staff of the French army, fears that Europe is abandoning its responsibility to the continent at a critical time. The Sahel, encompassing countries like Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, has long grappled with violence and political instability. The rise of new players like Russia and China on the African stage further reinforces Lecointre's belief that Europe must re-engage military to defend its interests. The general said, quote, the Mediterranean Sea and Africa represent Europe's common destiny. Our future is intertwined. Europe must become capable of taking charge of its own destiny. He also added, Europe should act as a political entity that defends its own interests, including through military commitment. We must return and help these African countries. And finally, he says, Europe has an obligation to return to Africa. You cannot make this up. This man gave this interview in April, although it just went viral and everybody's talking about it now. It actually happened in April 2024. First of all, he claims that Europeans have an obligation to return to Africa. And he also tells us that our faith is intertwined and we need to work together. But in the same breath, he tells us that Europe is our savior. Europe has to come back, even though the people of Africa, specifically in the Sahel region, have kicked them out. French troops, specifically, the army that he was chief of staff of, the same people that kicked them out, he is telling them that no, you need us. We need to come back. We need to come back and help you, even though they were kicked out. The disrespect, the lack of respect for Africans and our sovereignty and what we want for ourselves, and the infantilizing of Africans. It's like we cannot decide for ourselves even after getting kicked out of those countries disgracefully. He wants to come back and tell the world that Africa needs Europe and Europeans has failed. He's actually admitted that they have failed, right? But he also said that they have failed us Africans. Like, what? No. You know what? Yes, they have failed us, but not in the context that he is saying. They have failed the Sahel region because they claimed that they are going to help them. They promised them the world. They went to their countries and did absolutely nothing. If anything, if you ask the people on the ground, they'll tell you that they were bamboozled. The situation got worse in their countries after they allowed these foreign troops on their land. That's what they tell you. So if you're looking at it from that point of view, yes, you have failed the people, you have failed Africans. But in his context, he means because they were kicked out, they didn't put up a fight, they didn't stay against the people's will, they have failed us. They should have stayed and helped us. It never gets old. I don't think they will ever understand, or they don't want to understand, that we are sovereign countries and African countries have every right to run their countries the way they want without foreign interference. That is all we're asking for. The same people that are interfering in our politics will come and complain about immigration, will come and complain about why are Africans running to my country? We don't want them here. But they know what they're doing behind the scenes to create the chaos in our continent. And then they come and act all innocent and they're trying to save us by bringing in their military and building their base here. No, it's 2024. We know what's up. We understand what's going on. We don't want you. Take your military and your savior complex and mentality back to your continent. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about what the general said when it comes to helping Africans and Europeans need to return to Africa. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the global Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the